Hi guys, this is gsno.com and I'm here with the Huawei Mate 8 for an unboxing. This is the most powerful handset that Huawei has launched over the past year, and now we're going to take it out of the box here at gsno.com. The global version was launched at CES 2016 last month, so it's a fresh handset, or better said phablet. And this one is a 6-incher, so quite the big diagonal here, and as far as I know it's priced at $600 in the UK at least. It comes in two versions, one with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, and one with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Now let's see what's inside the box. A black elegant box that includes smaller boxes with this metal key here to prop open the slots, and then we've got this neatly sealed thingy that includes manuals and stickers and other things like that. Very nice seal, like they used to do in the Middle Ages, if I remember correctly the history, and also an extra case here for the handset, looking pretty solid and slightly transparent. Let's put this aside and let's see what's happening here with this square box. Okay, it holds two accessories. First, we got the USB cable, and then second we got a bunch of headphones here, a pair of headphones that, if I'm not mistaken, resemble those that came with the last year Huawei higher end devices. This is the Huawei Mate 8, a very powerful handset with a powerful CPU inside that I will detail immediately. So this is the charger, quite big. I expect fast charging from it. We'll see that when we review the device. Okay, time for the initial setup. As usual in our unboxings, we always do that. It's surprisingly light, I have to say, for how big it is. For a 6-incher, I have to say it's very comfy to hold, shockingly comfy, I would say. So this model measures about 7.9 millimeters in thickness. It weighs 185 grams, and it comes in 4 color versions. We got silver, we got gray, gold or brown, and the screen up front is a 6-inch Full HD panel. The processor inside the phablet is an octa-core 64-bit Kirin 950, and as you can see, we have started the setup, agreeing with all sorts of policies. Okay, enhanced internet, skipping the fingerprint scanning for now. Also this, and here we are with the main interface. I was saying before, the octa-core Kirin 950, a very powerful CPU, and 3GB or 4GB of RAM depending on what version you have, and 32GB of storage or 64GB. For those of you wondering, we have the model that has 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. This camera is a 16 megapixel shooter with optical image stabilization, dual tone flash, and right below it there's the fingerprint scanner. At the front we got the selfie camera, an 8 megapixel shooter that promises excellent selfies, and we also get NFC, Wi-Fi, LTE and GPS on the very same device. Let's turn up the brightness a little bit. Well, that's more like it. And I have to say that this model hosts a pretty generous battery with a capacity of 4000 mAh, and the OS it's running is Android 6.0 Marshmallow with EMUI 4.0 on top. I feel that the screen is now too bright, so let's turn it down a notch and let's see what software we're dealing with here. So as I said before, this is Android 6.0 with EMUI 4.0 on top. Okay, and now let's talk about the body a little bit. We got a metallic unibody design with a 2.5D panel up front, and we also promised fast charge. So in about 2.5 hours you should be able to get a full charge for this handset. The usual knuckle gestures are promised here, which we'll detail in the full review. And now, as usual, we have a peek at the camera interface. It looks something like this, minimalistic as usual, all white fonts. This time we also get the options in landscape, not only portrait, something I required from past Huawei's. Bunch of settings too, those ones are showing portrait this time. I'm curious about the modes. So the capture modes seem to include time-lapse, video, photo, beauty, light painting, and a few more. that we'll get familiar with over the next days. So this is the Huawei Mate 8, one of the comfiest and the lightest 6-inch phablets I've played with. I'm happy to report there doesn't seem to be much bloatware here, but there is a focus on health. There is a health application which I'm pretty curious to explore. It's probably focusing on a pedometer and calories consumed and other things like that. Anyway, the Mate 8 unboxed at gsndon.com. We'll be back with a full review very soon. Keep close. Bye bye.